For whosoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whosoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. That's in Matthew chapter 25, verse 29. This is called the parable of the talents, or some people, and in some Bible versions, it's called the parable of the bags of gold. It is about a master going on a journey, and he has 3 servants. To the first servant, he gave 5 bags of gold. To the second servant, he gave 2 bags of gold. And to the third servant, he gave 1 bag of gold. The first servant took the 5 bags of gold and multiplied it by doing businesses or borrowing people money. And it made additional 5 bags of gold. The second servant do the same, took the 2 bags of gold and multiply it and has 4 bags of gold. So the first servant has 10 bags of gold now, and the second servant now have 4 bags of gold. The third servant took the bags of gold he was given. He dug a ground and buried the gold there. So when the master came back, the first servant said to the master, "Master, you gave me 5 bags of gold. I have multiplied it and I have 10 bags of gold." The master says, "Well done. I will give you more in the future, more assignment, more responsibility in the future." The second servant said, "Master, you gave me 2 bags of gold. Now I've multiplied it and I have 4 bags of gold." The master says, "Thank you and well done. I'll give you more in the future and more responsibility in the future." The third servant says, "Master, I know that you are a wicked man, reaping where you have not sowed and harvesting where you have not worked. Because of that, I did not risk playing with your money. I buried it. I put it in a safe. Now here is your 1 bag of gold." The master was obviously upset, saying to him, "If you know that I'm a wicked master that reaps where I have not sowed and harvesting where I have not planted, why didn't you give the money to the bankers so that when I come back I can get it back with interest?" So the master took the 1 bag of gold from him and gave it to the one that has the 10 bags of gold. The message in this Bible scripture, this Bible verses, is started from Matthew chapter 14 and the parable finish in chapter 30. The message there is in 4 parts, really. So that is the message of this short video. The first one is simply use it or lose it. The laws of the universe encourages us to use whatever we have been given in this reality. It doesn't matter if the talent you have is running. It doesn't matter if it's banking. It doesn't matter if it's entertaining. You are instructed to use it or you will lose it. There are some people right now, they could have been a great musician, but did not bother to use their talent. And it was taken to them and given to those that were using theirs. Use it or you lose it. That is the first message of that Bible parable. You have to use whatever you have been given. There is a reason the rich keep getting richer and the poor keeps getting poorer. The rich most of the time are using their talent. Some of them are waking up at 3 in the morning, some of them 4 in the morning, some of them 5 in the morning, some of them 6 in the morning. And they use their talent until sometimes 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and they go to bed and repeat it the next day. So they are using what they have been given. So use it or lose it. That is the first message of the Bible parable. The second message of that Bible parable is that fear blocks abundance. The fear you have in you about using your talent. You are afraid of people will laugh at you. You are afraid that people will mock you. You are afraid that you will fail. You are afraid that you will lose your time and resources. This fear blocks abundance. The last servant, the third servant, was fearful that the master is a wicked and harsh man, and he's ruthless, and because of that, he will not risk investing his money in anywhere. He just have to keep it safe until he comes back, and he will give him back his money. All that fear resulted in him losing what he have. Fear blocks abundance. Assuming he has invested that money or even given it to the banks, that money will have grown, but he didn't do that. So fear blocks abundance. That is the second message of that parable. The third one is multiplication as a divine instruction. Multiplication as a divine principle. The thing you have to understand that in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 28, God says, go forth and multiply, be fruitful and multiply. That is an instruction. That is a divine instruction. You have to multiply whatever you are given. It doesn't matter what it is. There are some people, their talent was making pottery, and they've been doing it since the day they could manage it, and they have multiplied just by using pottery. There are some people, their talent is singing. Some people, their talent is running. You have to invest your talent. You have to multiply whatever you have given. If somebody give you £100, do not go and spend that £100. Find a way to use that £100 to start a small business. You could use it to start a cleaning business. You could use it to start a valeting business. Just use it, multiply it. It's a divine instruction. It's a divine principle. Multiplication is a divine principle. That's the third point, the third message from that parable. The last one is fear-based living leads to alienation from joy, peace, and inner light of God. If you live in fear, you will be fearful of everything. You are fearful of immigrants. You are fearful of, if you are white, you might be fearful of someone that looks like me. If you are black, you might be fearful of a white person or somebody that does not look like you. If you look at the scripture we read, you will notice that the last servant, the third servant, he was living in fear. He was living in the fear of the master punishing him if he loses the money. He was living in fear of not of losing the money. He was living in fear of what could go wrong. Those fear prevented him from risking that money. Those fear prevented him from growing. And that is the thing about fear. Fear-based living leads to alienation from all the good things of life, from joy, peace, growth, abundance, fulfillment. And a lot of people in this current climate, they are living in fear. They are living in fear of all kinds of things, fear of the government, fear of immigrants, fear of diseases, fear of vaccination. They live in all kinds of fear of losing their house, fear of losing their money, fear of losing every good thing they love, and that fear blocks them. And most people are so afraid they can't take any risk. There's a lot of people now, they have a lot of amazing business ideas, but they will never risk doing business, because doing that business will leads to them losing money. So because of that, they will never risk it. And there are some people that live in fear of other people that does not look like them, and because of that, they make up a lot of images in their head. This blocks them from all kinds of good things of life, the joy and happiness others are experiencing. They can't experience it because of all the fear they are carrying around with them. So the message of this video is quite simple. You must use what you have been given. You have been given a talent. Everyone around you, everyone on this planet Earth has a talent. I have. Use what you have been given, and the more you use it, the better you become at it. Since I've been making this kind of video, I've understood better what I understood before. The more I do the videos, the better I understand what I'm talking about. My knowledge before I started doing this video is almost 10 times better than it was before I started doing the videos. So the more you do something, the better you become at it, and the more you circulate your energy, your resources, the more you grow. So use what you have been given and you will grow, because if you don't use it, you will lose it. That is the message of this video. Use it or lose it. And because it's an instruction like that from God, from the universe, that we have to be fruitful and multiply. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you like this kind of video, I like it if you like, subscribe or leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and see you on my next video. Bye for now.